Hello Metacritics, I'm IGN and you're watching a 4 out of 10 for Too Much Grass. Pokemon Legends Arceus. If this game doesn't have any hot guys in it, I'm gonna freak. My perception of Legends Arceus was mixed up until release. On the first trailer, my expectations weren't high, thought it would kinda suck. Then the second trailer happened and I started thinking it was gonna be the best Pokemon game since Black and White. Then my expectations slowly fell off up until release. But was this warranted? Is this game good or garbage? Find out next time on Toga Bro. By that I mean right now. Quick side note before I jump into this, the reason that all my footage is from like the final 4 hours of the game is because one, I forgot to record on the second day I was playing it, and I just accidentally deleted all my footage from the first day, so sorry, you get the last 4 hours, take it or leave it. I'll go over positives first here, and the most noticeable thing is that this is the best looking 3D Pokemon game by a long shot. Finally, no more Ocarina of Time trees. There are actual high quality move animations, battles are actually cool, being able to walk around in them really adds to that. One of my favorite parts is the sense of scale that Game Freak is finally establishing. The massive, intimidating Pokemon are indeed massive and intimidating, instead of being around the same size as your baby bitch ass. The world may be a little rough around the edges, but exploring it is really fun because of the ride mechanic. They really nailed making travel buttery smooth. You can go from riding Weird Ear to going over a river on Basculegion, then climbing up the bank on Sneasler to jumping off and gliding away on Braviary. It all feels smooth and natural. The only problem is that I keep opening the menu instead of switching rides because the D-pad on the Pro Controller is dog shit, but I can't rag on the game for that. That's what we in the biz call a skill issue. If it wasn't for the Pro Controller having an inferior D-pad to a controller that's twice as old as I am, the controls would be good as well. The camera takes some getting used to, but it's not bad after a while. The UI is clean, it really shows its Breath of the Wild inspirations. There are a whole lot of small changes that make a huge difference, for instance the XP share. Unlike with previous games, where you can't turn it off, this game feels like it was built around it. It doesn't feel obtrusive, and it doesn't trivialize anything. They finally managed to make it simply the grinding eliminator that it was meant to be in the first place. Instead of things evolving and learning moves automatically, you need to go into the menu to manually evolve them and customize their movesets based on a pool of known moves. This really helps if you're trying to get a full dex entry for one mon and don't want to evolve it yet, or if it has multiple evolution methods and you want a specific one, like with Eevee. It also makes it possible to strategize and tailor movesets for specific situations. Being able to switch up movesets on the fly is an overall welcome change that I did not know I needed. This game is not easy, even with these few balance changes. I got my ass kicked on multiple occasions. Strategy is definitely required for major battles or alpha Pokemon. You're almost always going to be outleveled by trainers, bosses, alphas, and even just plain old wild Pokemon, even with the XP share. Like, come on, this bitch just sent out 3 Pokemon at the same time, and her ace is way higher than me! I had a lot of fun with these fucking Dark Souls boss battles too. With a bit more maybe variety in each fight, and a little bit more polish, these have massive potential. Best looking 3D Pokemon game is not the highest bar in the world. There are some visual issues. Draw distance and frame rate on faraway Pokemon is better but still kinda shitty. The battles look better, but there is still zero idle animation. The fact that they're using them less doesn't change the fact that they look like animatronics. Some textures are really crusty, which makes some whole areas look kind of awful. There's this annoying visual quirk with white outlines in caves that I really hate. The lighting can be kinda whack sometimes on top of that. The world is varied and interesting, each area feels distinct, and they generally look good, but sometimes it's just kinda barren. Completing some dex entries is a slog, too. For example, Cherrim. Cherrim spawns rarely from certain specific shaking trees that may or may not be shaking, and if they aren't, you have to exit and re-enter the area to reroll. And if the trees in question aren't near a camp, Looks like you're traveling all the way back. A lot of the side quests are just kind of samey. Most of them are either catch this specific Pokemon and come back, or complete the dex for this specific Pokemon and come back. And whenever I get one of those, I just want to yell at the NPC, "You unoriginal asshole, think of a better side quest next time, dumbass." Like I said, some of the controls take getting used to. The Pro Controller's D-pad was obviously not made for slick movement in this game, and it can be awkward trying to pick the right thing to throw. Although there is something to be said for recreating the terror of getting chased down by a massive Lopunny while scrambling for the right Pokemon to send out. While just playing the game is usually good enough for Dex P, as I have dubbed progress towards stars, it's not fun when you don't have enough to progress the story. This only happened to me once, but hurrying for Dex P while you just want to progress the story isn't the greatest mechanic. Speaking of, the story isn't that good. I know, whoop-de-fucking-do. Pokemon game with a bad story, who cares? My real issue is with the characters. They're either not memorable or not likable. The only character I can think of that I really liked was Ingo, and he's not even for— Whoa, hello, beautiful. Volo's the best character in the game. Please have sex with me. If this is the new Pokemon formula from now on, I'll be a happy man. This is the most fun I've had with Pokemon since I was 7 years old. I really did love Legends Arceus. It's definitely the only recent Pokemon game worth its price tag. However, I'm not one to discount flaws, so I give Pokemon Legends Arceus my official Stoga score of Noida out of Breath of the Wild.